goes in between. All right, now I'm ready. Okay. Yes. All right, welcome. We're going to get started so we can be on time. We are doing math small groups. Of course, this is on camera. Where do I press to go to? Where's with this smart board? The next button. Do I just, oh, never mind. I found it. Yep. Okay. Okay. All right, this is our agenda. We have benefits of small group instruction, different types of small groups, and we're going to do a sample lesson, and then we'll have reflection and questions. So in between all of this, I have some math quotes. Some of them are fun, some are serious, but I think they're all applicable. The essence of mathematics is not to make simple things complicated, but to make complicated things simple. All right, benefits of small group instruction. There are tons of benefits. However, we're going to focus on these for right now. Learning is significantly increased by small group instructions. You're able to work with your kids closer, one-on-one, find out what they need and what they don't need based off of small groups. Active learning increases and passive learning decreases. Meaning, if I'm talking to you all now, most of you are paying attention to me. However, some might not be. Someone might be on their phone or opening up candy. So you're not fully actively, you're not actively listening to me. You're kind of passively listening to me, right? But if we were in, I'm joking. If we were in a smaller group setting, though, it would be eye to eye and you would be more actively engaged. Differentiating instruction. Small group automatically differentiates your class. It's like a no-brainer, and it's so easy to do it that way. You get to know each learner individually, which is so important in education altogether, but especially at private schools, because we are more accountable to the parents, I would say, than public schools. Easily gather data and information for conferences. So if you're doing small groups, it's easier to write down information and use it for your conferences and whenever you're talking to parents. Learning isn't something we impart on students, it's something they do for themselves. With that being said, there are different types of small groups. It's something they're going to do for themselves. So one of the different types of small groups, again, there are many. Starting a difficult concept. So if we have something that we're trying to teach the students and is a really hard concept, we don't have to do whole group instruction. We can teach them in small groups. That's a great way. And that doesn't have to be, you can just pick 1, 2, 3, 4, you first. Teach those first. Then the next 4, we're going to teach you is the same thing over and over each time, but you're just breaking it up to small manageable groups to give them that information. Reteaching. Small groups are great for reteaching. When you have taught everything to everyone and there's still a few who didn't quite get it, that's when that active learning comes into play. Checking for understanding and that data collection again. I keep saying data collection because it's so important, again, when we talk to parents, because it's like you can't dispute the data. Like, I worked with them, I was one-on-one with them, and this is what happened. And you can be clear with what happened and what they need to work on. Enrichment or remediation. You have data, so once you've taught something, like you've been in a unit for a week or two, now you can form different groups. And you can say, hey, these kids got it, and we need to like amp it up for them. In a small group, you can. And come on in, have a seat right up front. We saved it for you. Another type of small group, which is great, there's not necessarily them coming to you, but it's partner groups. So with partner groups, it's good for games and data collection. So if I have 2 people working together, I can go around as a teacher and I can note, okay, Miss Pate is paying attention. She's on task. She's doing it. Miss Bernal, she's on task. She's focused. This group got it. I can go to the next group. Miss Gerke is doing it. She's on task. Oh, Joanne. Joanne's not quite paying attention, so I can check it. But if it's partnered, then I can see who's working on what and if they get it or not. Children don't hate math. What they hate is being confused, intimidated, and embarrassed by math. With understanding comes passion, and with passion comes growth. A treasure is unlocked. So we're going to get right into our sample lesson. Are there any questions before we get into that? Because I think that showing is better than me yip-yapping. All right. Group 1 is going to be 4th and 5th grade teachers. They will go to the back first once I say go. When I switch, group 2, 2nd and 3rd, you will come to the back. And then when I switch again, kindergarten and 1st grade will come to the back. Does everyone know which group they're in? So, the sample lesson, I'm going to give you a practice assignment, and it's front and back. You're going to work on it. This is something you can actually use with your kids. And I tested it out on my math enrichment group, so it's fun. If you finish early, you practice your multiplication. You can write down your math facts, quiz each other quietly. Your voice is at a level 1. Only the people in your group should hear you. Only interrupt the teacher if it's an emergency. If you have a question, ask someone in your group. If they don't know, ask the other group. If they don't know, you have to wait. So I put that down there. I know you all know that and you wouldn't interrupt, but I usually have instructions or procedures on the board when I'm doing small groups because I want them, if they do have a question, they can refer back up here and say, oh, if I finish early, instead of saying, what do I do next, it's right here. And so they know. So we're going to have this up here for you all to refer to. So now, in true teacher fashion, who wants to pass out the papers to everyone? All right, everyone gets one, and it's front and back, the paper. So you could talk to your neighbors about it. And group 1, let's meet in the back, 4th and 5th grade.
What group am I in? I'm just kidding.
No, that is real. That is absolutely real. And so truly, I would have the instructions and the groups listed on the same page. No, because seriously,
Yeah,
it's true.
Ink pen. We can grab some pencils out of there. Okay, I already knew 25.
There is more than one answer. Thank you. Okay, so you didn't get your papers. All right. So, because you're all the advanced crew, you are already getting, look, she already has the answer already. Go ahead, do it. No, that's what I want. So normally you would pull the higher group first so you can go ahead and get them started. Make sure they cheating on their paper. I love it. So you will go over it basically. I've seen you do this, Daniela, with your small groups back here pulling them. I don't know if they were the high or the low.
Do you just have to write one?
You can just write one. There's one for each one, though. Like each one, you can find a reason why each one doesn't belong. I know she didn't read the directions. Do you want to share which one you picked?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I picked the third one because it's sideways.
That is correct. That's not the only correct answer, though, but that one is correct for that reason.
Write more, but...
Yes. You can do it. Do you need some encouragement?
Pentagon because it has 5 sides and the others have 4 sides.
Yes, that is correct.
That's what I was going to write.
That's really what I was going to write.
I teach reading. I know.
Can anyone, so you found a reason the Pentagon doesn't belong, and you said this diamond doesn't belong because it's rotated. Is there any other shape that you can find a reason it doesn't belong?
I said that's shaded.
Oh, the shaded one doesn't belong because it's shaded. Any other ones? All of them have a reason to not belong.
This has 2 sides that aren't.
That is correct. We'll move one to the other side. This one I feel like is the more fun side for me because there are so many reasons. It's exciting.
Do we just say
Yes.
43 because it's not a perfect square?
Boom.
Is it prime number?
It is a prime number, yes. Stop cheating on her.
I wasn't joking.
I know. I'm joking.
You do with children.
I know. Do you want to know some of the reasons the students told me?
Why?
So 9 because it's one digit, and the others are
Yeah.
not.
16 is the only even number.
They said 16 because it was the only even number. They also said this was Lizzie's child, 16. She said because it's the only one in the 10th place that has a single digit. All the other ones in the 10th place have more.
Yeah.
I was like,
And these all add up to 7.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, they all add up to 7.
Seven,
That
and
would
that
be
was
9.
Yeah.
What else did they say? They also went. So then they started talking. If these were numbers on a clock, this was the only one that would fit on the clock. So that doesn't. I know. Like if you keep pushing them and telling them, it's like, what else? And then they were like, well, minutes. Then they were like, what about age? And they were like, this is the only number that's a teenager.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's like you can keep pushing, like and
Right.
thinking in different ways. And so
Right.
and they went on with it. So that's it. And so now we will switch.
How old my teacher at?
Oh. And they said something about us about age, and I think I cut them off, which is why I don't remember, because I was like, okay, let's stop.
Let's stop. Because we going into dangerous territory.
Uh-huh.
You might be in fifth grade again next year.
And so then you would send them back, and if they weren't finished, they can work on what you have, or if there was another assignment, or you can even introduce a new assignment here, like if this was what was going on, and then say, I want you to go do this assignment. And so I'm sending you all off to,
Practice our that.
yes, and practice your multiplication. Group 2, such a good girl.
I'm ready. I'm here. No, that's my seat.
That's so real.
I know.
Well,
Is
one
this-
of my students
Is
would
this
fall.
on tape?
Yes.
You're such a good teacher. I'm
Yes,
having the best
you are
time.
Such a great teacher.
We're so happy to be here today.
Oh my
Thank you for
goodness.
helping
Small
us.
group table.
It's mostly for anyone who wasn't here, and also so that I can improve, so that I can, because in my mind I think, oh, I did okay, but then I want to see that.
Oh, this is for you.
Yes.
Oh, good.
So our small group is going to be, let's talk about what you worked on. We can start on this side.
It equals 7. Sorry, did I take yours?
No.
This is a one-digit
That
number.
they
The
all
rest are
do.
2 digits.
Okay. So each one has a reason not to belong. And so that's the yes.
This
Each
one you can't, if you're doing multiplication, nothing equals 43.
so it's a prime number. Yes.
Look at you. Whoa.
Give-
Yes.
Did you hear her say that?
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Probably. No.
16 is even, the rest are odd.
Yes.
Oh.
And some of them have more than one reason for not belonging. Someone said 9 is a single digit.
Right, and these
And
are
the
double
re-
digit.
And did somebody say the equals 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did
Odd
say
and even.
Odd and even.
What about 16? Why isn't 16 below? Because
It's an even number.
It's an
the
even
rest are
number.
odd.
you can divide 1 into 6.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can't divide. You can
can't
divide
divide
1
the
into
others.
6, but you can't divide 2 into 5 or 4 into 3.
Oh,
But you can divide.
Wow, you're deep today.
Where
That's
are
deep
you?
thinking.
Like, yo,
Maybe I'm a
girlfriend.
And
mathematician,
also, if you look at the tens place, this one is the only one that's an odd number in the tens place. The rest are even.
Miss Gaither, can I use the bathroom?
After group.
Can I get a drink?
After group. Yes. We shuts it down. Like, yes. So definitely not during group
Hard
time.
no. Hard no.
Yes. So on the other side, what did you all come up with?
This one's shaded, the rest are not.
Yes.
These are all quadrilaterals.
Quadrilateral.
This is not.
these
Yeah.
are all
Vertices.
types of rectangles.
Right angles. She came
Yeah.
up
Oh,
with.
yes.
Their vertices
Good
are pointing
job.
up, and the bottom half these right here. Right, these are vertices.
Yes.
These 3 have equal sides.
Yes.
Nice.
That one
Wait,
doesn't.
which
Good
ones?
one.
These
Oh,
3.
that's good, yeah.
I
And
didn't
this
catch
one
that
doesn't.
one.
Mhm.
I didn't either.
Very
Good
good.
call. Equal sides.
And so, and actually what I would be doing right now, we're not doing it with you, but I will be taking notes. Yes. I would definitely be taking notes and be like, oh, Lizzie might benefit from some enrichment. And so,
Need to
you
talk
know,
to these parents.
I know. And so you would take notes during this time as to what was going on.
Trying to avoid work to use the bathroom.
And yeah, right. I would definitely have notated, which thank you for doing that. As I would say, she tried to go to the bathroom, she tried to get some
Avoidance.
water. Right,
Avoidance.
she's avoiding it. And then maybe even as she's doing that, I might say, so what else did you get? Did you understand it? You know, and like dig deeper to find out, or maybe that's a separate group where I'm like, I need to pull her back. So those are
This might be
things.
a one-on-one.
It might be a one-on-one. Right, right. So did that make sense?
It did.
All right, great. So we're gonna switch up. If you finished and you don't have any more to add, then you can work on your multiplication or talk amongst yourselves. Why work, you know, because you all are adults. I love it. Group one. Group one, that's kindergarten and first grade. I'm sorry, group three. Thank you. I love it when the students can point out the mistakes of the teacher.
I sit right next to you.
And you
Oh
know,
my
sometimes they'll
goodness.
do that, and I'll be like,
But they really,
me, and
they
then
really love you. They're like, they really like.
I know. And so then, actually, what I would say is I did that on purpose to make sure you were paying
Yeah.
attention. That's what I should have
And then
said.
Andrew would go negative.
No. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Him and who else used to point that out to me? He wasn't even in my class, but Ashton. He would always point. He was like, "That's not what you meant, Miss Caitlin." I'm like, "Don't tell people my business."
I make mistakes all the time.
All right. So, which side do you want to start on? The number side. So, each of these numbers have a reason not to belong, and basically, we don't have to go through it. But if you want to discuss it, that's great. Only because you all are adults, but this is the time basically that you would talk about what your kids working on and go over it with them. And like the other group, they did great. They were being funny. Like one asked to go to the bathroom and get some water. So I would take notes, you know, like the child is trying to avoid what's going on, check in later to find out what is the problem.
I can't do it.
Yes, and so that's when you're going to take notes. Then you had one person who was like giving multiple reasons, and I'm like, okay, so they're way advanced. They know what's going on. I'm going to take those notes while they're doing that and to see what's really going on. And then sometimes you'll see that maybe someone needs to be in a different group. I love it. Thank you for.
I'm always a good time girl. Don't
I
worry.
I love it.
I'm not sensitive.
And that's why, yes, thank you for being that person. So, of course, I would say if you would have your kids doing other things, you know, but even something like this, if you're just trying to get, if it's the beginning, and not this for kindergarten and first, of course, but something close to this where they can do some just thinking puzzles, things that they can do while they're not in small groups. So that it's not something that you have to like teach them, that you let them know. There is more than one answer. You know what I mean? So that takes more time and more thought, and it's like, you're not,
I'm done.
yes,
What's the
you're not
25?
done.
Why doesn't 25 belong? I couldn't get that.
Oh, why doesn't 25 belong?
I didn't get
Because it's the
25.
only one that's divisible by 5.
Only one divisible by 5. Yes, all of them have a reason. Only one divisible by 5. The 16 because it's even. The 9 because it's a single digit. 43 is a prime number. And this because it's divisible by 5.
We also noticed that they all equal to 7 if you add them up.
Yes.
except for the 9.
Yes, that was one. The kids told me, and I didn't figure this one out, they did on their own. The tens place, this one is odd, the other ones are even if you put a 0 in front of the 9.
They're way smarter than us.
Right? Wait, so I was like, oh yeah. And someone else told me if you go looking this way, 3, 4 is consecutive, but none of the other numbers are.
Oh.
I know. They're way smarter than we are.
Were these second graders telling you this?
Second grade. But what I told them is as many ways as you can. So because of that, they kept thinking, kept looking at it. They also said if these were the numbers on the clock, only the 9 would be a number, the rest can't.
There you go.
And then they said if these were ages, they were like 16 is the only teenager, and 9 is the only child. Like they can't.
43 is the old one.
And that's when I cut it off, and I was like, okay, that's enough talk about the age. So, and they came up with great ones for the other side too. They did of course, the pentagon, the 5 sides, the shaded one, and they came up with because this is rotated and none of the other ones are. This one has the different sides, and then they said some other stuff, but I don't remember. But they kept going, and they wanted to keep talking about it. So we just have to keep challenging them, and then we'll finish up the sample lesson because you send the last group back and like do a little closure, which is what we're gonna do. And that's it. All right. Thank you, group 3.
Thank you, Miss Gaither.
You're welcome. After the lesson.
Didn't you already just go to the bathroom?
Right. Because you always have one who's going to correct everyone.
I'm tired. No. I've got both kids. I want to go to the tent.
Oh. All right. I'm going to do 2 raffles because we were in small groups. 3. 1 for each group. Let's see.
Oh man, it's on my name.
Oh.
Didn't you get $5 yesterday?
By the way,
I was asked to do that, but I didn't just take his money.
Woo! All right, come pick your prize. Let's see. You have the phone thing, socks, coffee mug, or Den Bucks. Oh, the other Joanne.
The other Joanne.
Because she already won. All right. What is she going to pick? Everyone wants to know. The socks. They're cool socks, too. I don't know.
Are they Christmas socks?
No, they're like math socks. Them bucks, yeah.
Bye.
All right. All the bucks are gone. Wendy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, I'm gonna do the last 2 at the end. This is the last. Bless you, dear math. Please grow up and solve your own problems. I'm tired of solving them for you. So, any reflections or questions about small groups and math, and also these small groups, the same can be applied to any subject. No questions? Nothing?
I like this activity.
There are tons more too that are like higher and lower. I'll share the website with you all.
Thank you.
Let's finish this up. Oh, it was close. Coffee mug or the thing that goes on your phone. And our last winner. The thing on your phone. Lizzie.
You're the best teacher ever. All
right. So if there are no questions, I feel like you all have sufficiently learned and participated. Please take the extra candy. Make sure you push Miss Crimson's chairs back in. If you moved any desks, put them back where you found them. But please take the extra candy so I won't have to take it home. More candy. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Log me out, please. I don't even know what I did. Okay, I'm stuck on. Yes, please take the candy. Do you want the bag to take it to go trick or treating?